Very good morning, students. Welcome back to online session on data structures and algorithm course. In our previous session, we have concluded the circular singly linked list concept. Of course, we have to discuss the time complexities of all the functions. When we do the comparison of a singly linked list with doubly linked list, that is circular singly linked list with circular doubly linked list, there we study the time complexities of circular singly linked list as well. Okay, all the functions in the sense what will be the time complexity in traversal function, in searching function, in all three insertion functions, and in all three deletion functions. So overall eight functions time complexity we have to discuss. And as I said, when we are coding a particular implementation, when we are doing a particular implementation of a particular data structure, we don't calculate the time complexity of the overall program. We don't do in such a way. Rather, we divide the program in smaller modules, and for each module we will calculate the time complexity. Okay, the same thing we do for all the data structure implementations, and so far we have done in that same way. And yeah, this circular singly linked list we need to discuss, and in today's session we'll be starting the circular doubly linked list concept, and hopefully in today's session only I will try to wind up as much as possible. Okay, so quickly, what exactly a circular doubly linked list? It is a variant of your circular linked list. That is not only the links in the forward direction, but also we do have links in reverse direction, and the pointer of the last node is going to point the first node, and the previous pointer of the first node is going to point the last node. Okay, we are going to have the links in a circular fashion, and not only in a single direction, but also we are going to have the links in both the direction. Okay, that is the concept of circular doubly linked list. So circular doubly linked list has properties of both doubly linked list and circular linked list, isn't it? So a doubly linked list, to be a doubly linked list, it is going to have the pointers in both the directions. To be a doubly linked list, it is going to have the links in both the directions. And to be a circular linked list, it is going to have the links in a circular fashion. All the nodes will be connected in a circular fashion. So that is to form that connectivity, the pointer of the last node, the next pointer of the last node should point the first node, and the previous pointer of the first node must point the last node. That is the only correction we are going to have between your doubly linked list and circular doubly linked list. So in your doubly linked list, we said the next pointer of the last node will be null, and the previous pointer of the first node will be null. But over here, instead of making them as null, we are connecting them back. Last pointer will point the first node, and the first pointer will point the last node. In such a way, we are having the connectivity. Okay, in these two consecutive elements are linked and connected by previous and next pointers. Yes, the two consecutive nodes in your doubly linked list, they must be connected in both the direction, in forward way as well as in reverse way. The forward direction will be connected by the next pointer, and the reverse direction will be connected by the previous pointer. The last node's next pointer will point the first node, and the first node's previous pointer will point the last node. All 3 points we have discussed over here. So this is the simple graphical representation of your doubly linked list, circular doubly linked list, because it is a more complex concept and it is the highest level of data structure in our discussion. So but I'm taking the addresses as well to have the clarity. Okay, so as you can see over here, the first node's address is 5000, isn't it? The first node's address is 5000. That I'm storing inside the, see this 5000, where else I'm storing? Inside the head pointer. To make this first node as the head node, I have to store the address of this first node inside the head pointer. So that I'm doing over here. So the head pointer is having the address of the first node. Not only that, inside the second node's previous pointer, also we are having the address of first node. Okay, that is not that is the not the only one, but also in the last node's next pointer also we are having the address of first node, that is head node. So that is the reason why when you are storing the address of first node over here inside the previous pointer of the second node, you are getting this link. You are getting this link. And moreover, when you are storing the address of this head node inside the next pointer of the last node, that is, this is next pointer, isn't it? This is the next pointer and this is the previous pointer. And when you do so, what will happen? Yeah, a link will be established like this. This particular direction link, what we are showing over here, it is going to point the first node in your doubly linked list. So like this, we are having the link. Okay, so this is the concept of circular doubly linked list. And the first node's previous pointer, as you can see, it is having the address of last node. The address of last node is 5200, I mentioned over here, and that address we are storing inside the first node's previous pointer to frame this link, to have this link, okay. So in this way you can consider the circular doubly linked list. Okay, circular doubly linked list. So quickly, advantages, if you see, a list can be traversed in both the directions. As it is a doubly linked list, we are going to have the pointers in both the directions, both forward as well as reverse. We can traverse in both the directions. And jumping from head to tail, see, in our previous cases where we discussed about only doubly linked list, okay, only doubly linked list, there, in order to move from head node to tail node, we have to traverse all the nodes, isn't it? Head to tail, we have to traverse all the nodes, so the time complexity will be order of n over there, because the number of nodes inside your doubly linked list, that is unknown when you are performing the traversal. So that is the reason why we said jumping from head to tail or from tail to head is done in order of n over there. Okay, tail to head it is not possible, because we are going to have only one-way directions over there. But in case of your doubly linked list, it will take order of n, because we have to move, we have to traverse all the nodes before reaching the last node or before reaching the tail node. So the time complexity over there, it will be order of n. But over here, as we are having the direct connections between the head node to tail node, we are having direct connection, that is nothing but head node to the last node, we are having the direct connections. So the time complexity here, it will become order of 1. This is the primary advantage, we can say. This is one of the biggest advantage, we can say. So whenever you are performing the functions like adding the node at the end or adding the node at the beginning, or yeah, searching, sorting, whatever operations you are performing, at that point of time, we need a pointer at the last node. We need a pointer at the tail node. So traversing a temporary pointer to the tail node, in regular cases, the time complexity is order of n, isn't it? Because we have to run a loop before it reaches the last node. But over here, as we are having the direct connections between the first node to the tail node, that is head node to the tail node and tail node to the head node, in both the direction, in forward as well as in reverse direction, there is no need to traverse through all the nodes. Directly we can jump from head node to tail node simply by saying head equals to head of previous. Okay, if you say head equals to head of previous, what will happen? Your head node will directly go to the tail node. Or if you say if you are jumping from tail node to the head node, so again what you have to, if your temporary pointer is pointing the tail node and if you want it to point the head node, simply say temp equals to temp of next, directly it will come to the head node. In that way you can jump from head node to tail node to head node in simply order of 1 time. No need to do the traversal between all the nodes, through all the nodes. Okay, then circular doubly linked lists are used to implement the advanced data structures like Fibonacci heap. Already we discussed in case of doubly linked list also, it is used to generate Fibonacci heap, and moreover this circular doubly linked list, it is also used to develop the Fibonacci heap concept. Okay, the implementation we will not see how the Fibonacci heap it can be implemented, that it is not part of your syllabus, and if you insist you can go to the internet and you can do the research on this one. It is an interesting concept. Okay, So the next thing is disadvantages. It takes, I mean, as we already discussed the disadvantages when we discussed the doubly linked list concept, here also the same disadvantages we are going to have. That is, it takes slightly extra memory for previous pointer, isn't it? To accommodate the previous pointer, it consumes extra memory when compared with the singly linked list. Your doubly linked list will consume one extra pointer. That is not the only one, but also as we are dealing with a lots of pointers, both in forward, reverse, and pointing the last node to the head node and head node to the last node. Okay, we are dealing with a lots of pointers, so all the pointers, they must be handled with extra care, isn't it? We have to handle all those pointers with extra care. Otherwise, what will happen if you forgot to put even a single link, or if you misplace a single pointer link inside the doubly linked list, circular doubly linked list, there is a possibility that your entire doubly linked list will crash. So it is very sensitive. You need to give more attention, more effort, and you have to handle this doubly linked list, especially circular doubly linked list, with more care. And as we said, it is the highest level of data structure, highest level of complex data structure, what we are going to discuss over here. Okay, so we started with normal array implementations of stacks and queues. Then we have seen linked lists, singly linked lists, doubly linked lists. After that, circular singly linked lists, then circular doubly linked lists. In this unit, this is the highest level of data structure, and after this we are going to discuss a more complex data structure. The implementation wise we do minimum, the concept wise we discuss more in your fourth unit, that is the trees and graphs concept. Graphs and trees concepts that we will see in your fourth unit. Okay, so I told you, I said concept wise we discuss more the trees concept, and implementation wise we do little. Okay, so as it is a very complex data structure, the implementations we don't have. Okay, specifically we don't have the implementations, and they don't ask the implementations in your exams. Even if they ask, there is a scope of writing concept as well, because it is what we call the concept will be very big. Okay, so these are some of the disadvantages that we have discussed related to your circular doubly linked lists. Then applications of circular doubly linked lists. Okay, managing songs. I mean, if you are having a playlist, and if you simply make it shuffle. Okay, maybe you might be aware of all these things. When we play music in a player, and if you enable this shuffle, what it will do, it will play all the songs in your list, and again it will go back, isn't it? Or play all, like that, it isn't it? If you enable the play all option, what it will do, it will play all the songs and it will go back to the first song once again. So managing songs playlist in media player application, it is one of the application of your circular doubly linked list, where all the songs are connected to each other, and once you complete the last song, again there is a possibility of going back to the first song and playing that first song. Or if you in case if you say next, it will jump from one song to another song till the last song reaches. And when in the last song, if you say next, when play all is enabled, in the last song, when you say next, what will happen, it will go to the first song. And again, if you are playing first song, and when play all option is enabled, you are saying previous, means it will go to the last song. So likewise, so I will show that over here. So let us assume you have all the songs like this. So what it will do, suppose if you are playing this particular song and you are clicking on previous, then what will happen, the control will come from here to here, and it will play the last song, isn't it? It will play the last song. And when you are playing the last song, and if you say next, when you are playing the last song and if you say next, then what will happen, it will jump to the first song and it will play the first song. So in this way, all these songs, they are connected in both the directions. There is a scope that you can move, that you can say next and previous, isn't it? There is a scope that you can say next and previous, and the same thing will be applied to the last song as well as the previous song, I mean the first song, to the last song as well as the first song. So this is the concept of playlist inside your media player. Okay, this is one of the application of circular doubly linked list. And then managing shopping cart in online shopping, it is also one of the application of circular doubly linked list. So the representation, again we do the representation of this circular doubly linked list with a head node only. Okay, with the head node. Here we have the head node, and using this head node only we represent the circular doubly linked list. And simple representation here I have shown with 3 nodes. This is my first, second and last node, where first node's next pointer is pointing to the second node, and second node's next pointer is pointing to the last node, and last node's previous pointer is pointing the second node, second node's previous pointer is pointing the first node. And it's the same thing you can apply to the last node. Last node's next pointer is pointing the first node, and first node's previous pointer is pointing the last node. So in this way we have all the links in our doubly linked list, circular doubly linked list, and the head node is pointing the head pointer is pointing the head node. Okay, so quickly go and see the node representation. Okay, in C++ code, node representation in C++ code for CDLL. So in short, we call your circular doubly linked list as CDLL. Remember this one. In short, we call your circular doubly linked list as CDLL. So if you see the node over here, we have all elements as public, data to store the data part, next pointer to store the next node address, previous pointer to store the previous node address. Okay, like this we have a simple class, node class, for the implementation of doubly linked, circular doubly linked list. So traversal, yeah, first of all we have to implement this circular doubly linked list with what we call 3 nodes, and then we see the traversal, then we see the search function, then we see what we call adding and deleting. Okay, so first we'll go and we'll see how we can do the traversal. So before traversal, what I have to do, as I said, I have to create a circular singly linked list with 3 nodes. Okay, first we start with a simple example, then we increase the what we call complexity. So here circular singly linked list to start with, doubly linked list to start with. See, everything I have shown, all nodes, how they are connected and how we can move forward and backward. I mean, what are my possibilities when I am pointing the last node, how I can jump to the head node, and when I am pointing the head node, how I can jump the tail node. All those things we discussed. So quickly I'm taking a comment over here. So implementation of CDLL. Okay, circular doubly linked list. You can see how I am implementing this one. So first of all, I am including IO stream. Okay, then take down you're using namespace std, then int, yeah, develop the class node, and we said we're gonna have public int data, and node star next pointer to point the next node in your doubly linked list, node star prev, previous pointer to point the previous node. Okay, then create the head node and make it as null, because so far we have not added any of the things in our circular doubly linked list. So I am taking head pointer, head equals to, and I'm making it as null. Okay, head equals to null. Then what we have, yes, take the main method and create 3 nodes and have the connectivity in between. Int main of void, and I'm creating my 3 nodes. So node star, see, when you are creating the pointer, see over here in our implementation, whenever you are creating this thing, whenever you are creating either the head pointer or the temporary pointer, don't allocate the memory, because allocation you do it statically. Okay, because they are the reference ones. When you are declaring reference ones, do the allocation statically. So head node, yeah, when we are saying node star, see, whenever we are saying node star head, so this means the allocation for this head pointer, the memory allocation for this head pointer, we are doing statically. Okay, statically we are doing, and from where the static memory allocation will be done? From the stack. But the same thing when you are saying node star, okay, node star something like f node, first node equals to new node of, like this we do, isn't it? We call the constructor to allocate the memory. So here when you are calling, when you are applying new node, and when you are calling the new operator and calling the node constructor, node class constructor, this is dynamic allocation. This is dynamic allocation. Memory allocation is dynamically, and it is from the heap. It is from the heap. Head pointer only one we are going to have, isn't it? Head pointer only one we are going to have, and that reference we are going to have in stack. And these nodes, as many we insist, that many we can have. So that is the reason why we are keeping all these nodes inside the heap, and only the head pointer we are keeping in stack. Only the head pointer we are keeping in stack, and remaining we are keeping in heap. So the advantage and disadvantage of having memory inside stack, the disadvantage, and having memory inside heap, the advantage we discussed. So stack, if you have the memory inside stack, you can only allocate. Deallocation, you have to stop the program execution, isn't it? But whereas if the memory is in heap, you have the flexibility of allocating as well as deallocating. You can deallocate the memory as well. Whenever you don't need any of the memory from the heap, you can simply deallocate. Okay, delete, that is nothing but deleting the memory. Okay, so this is something we discussed about stack and heap. So the next thing, the implementation we started. Then node star, create the first node, first node, first node equals to new node of, new node of. Similarly, create the second node, node star, second node equals to new node of. Then create the third node, node star, third node equals to new node of. Okay, like this we have created 3 nodes. So nextly what we have to do, yes, make the head pointer so that it will point the first node, because the first node will be the head node, isn't it? So head equals to first node, that's it, first node. So then next thing, store the value inside first node. So first node of data, first node of data equals to, let us say I'm storing 10. Then make the first node of next as second node. Okay, first, see here the concept, we are creating 3 nodes. We are creating how many nodes? We are creating 3 nodes. So first node, yeah, let me just take the marker. Okay, we are creating 3 nodes, first node, second node, third node. 3 nodes we are creating. This is my first node, this is my second, this is my third, and my head pointer, it is pointing the first node. Already I did this one, isn't it? This is my first node I have created. This is my second node I have created. This is my third node I have created. Then I have established this connection. Head to first I have established. So the next thing what I have to do, I have to make first node's next pointer to point here. First node's next pointer to point here, and first node's previous pointer to point the last node, like this. First node's previous pointer, it must point the last node, like this. So these two types of connections I have to do. So already I did this head pointer. Now I am doing the first of next, first node of next, make it as second. Okay, second node. Then first node of previous, first node of previous, make it as the last node, that is nothing but third node, third node. So this is done. Then start the second node. Okay, second node, second node of data. First of all, store the data. Second node of data, I think something mismatched, no, not mismatched, node of, okay, data equals to some 20 you store. Then second node of next pointer should point, second node of next. See, data in first nodes, what data we stored? We stored like 10. In first node we stored like 10. In second node just now we stored like 20, isn't it? In second node we stored like 20. Here you can see this one, 20 we stored. Then next pointer, where it should point? Yeah, next pointer in the sense in this direction. It should point the third node. It should point the third node. And previous pointer, where it should point? Previous pointer in this direction, it should point the first node. Okay, second node's next pointer should point the third node, and second node's previous pointer should point the first node. So that we are doing now. Okay, second node's next pointer, it should point the third node, and second node's previous pointer should point the first node. Okay, so that's it. Go to the third node now. Okay, third node value we are storing, let us say data, we are storing 30 semicolon. So what we are storing here, we are storing this 30. Into this we are storing 30. Here we are storing 30. Then what we are saying, third node's next pointer should point the first node, isn't it? It should keep on go like this. It should go from here to here like this, and it should point the first node like this. It should point the first node from here to here. It has to go and should point the first node, and then third node's previous pointer should point the second node. Third node's next first pointer, third node previous second pointer, second node. Okay, the same thing I will write over here. Third node data 30 already I have done. So third node's next pointer, it should point the first node. Then third node's previous pointer, it should point the second node. Okay, second node. So like this we have to do the connections. Okay, the connections are over, and I don't think your program is having any issue. So let me just save this program, cdll test. Okay, cdll test.cpp. Hit enter. Okay, cdll demo or cdll test, like that you can store, and then give the extension as .cpp because it is a C++ program. So now what we have to do, quickly check, are there any issues in this program? So yes, it is giving some issue. Yes, here we have to put D, second node it is, not okay, D I forgot to put, so I got issue. So now save this program and again compile, no issues. And when you execute this program, you won't get any output because so far we are not printing anything. So in our next slide we do the traversal. I mean, implementation is over. Using 3 nodes, implementation is over. Now we have to do the traversal. So our traversal function we have to do. Yeah, traversal is nothing but what it is. Traversal is nothing but visiting all the nodes and printing their values. Many times we did this traversal in your singly linked list, doubly linked list, circular singly linked list. We did this traversal. Traversal is nothing but visiting all the nodes and printing their values. So as it is a doubly linked list, we are going to have the pointers in both the directions, in forward direction as well as in reverse direction. We can perform the traversal in both ways. Okay, in forward way as well as in reverse way we can perform the traversal. So quickly I will go and I will write the code for performing the traversal. See, it is very easy. So just we have to take a temporary pointer and we have to traverse through the doubly linked list, I mean, when we can stop this traversal means if the temporary pointer reaching the head back, if the temporary pointer after traversing, see here whatever we have taken. So traversal in the sense, how I have to start from head node. I have to take a temporary pointer. Okay, I will just take the a different color over here. So I have to start from the head node. So my temporary pointer, it has to point here. Then it has to jump. First it has to read this value. It has to print this value. Then it has to jump from here to here and it has to print this value. From here to here it has to print this value. Like this, when it is here, and after this what is its scope. And even if you say when the temporary pointer is here, and if you say temp equals to temp of next, where it will go? Either it will go to somewhere to null, because we don't have any null, so there is no possibility of going to null. So what it will do, when the temporary pointer is here, and if you say temp equals to temp of next, again it will go back to the head node, because as you can see the next pointer, it is pointing the head node once again. So what will happen when the temporary pointer is pointing the last node and you are saying temp equals to temp of next, the temporary pointer will jump back to the head node. The temporary pointer will jump back to the head node. In that way you have to remember. It is very simple to understand. So in that same way only I will code the while loop over here. So how I should? So it is very simple. I have to traverse till your temporary pointer becoming head, not equals to head. If at all your temporary pointer is head, I have to stop my traversal. If at all my temporary pointer is head, I have to, because this condition will fail. As long as your temporary pointer not equals to head, this condition will continue. Once the temporary pointer becomes head, because after traversing all the nodes, what will happen? Your temporary pointer reaches this head, isn't it? After visiting the last node, again it will come back and it points the head. So at that point, what will happen? My loop will terminate. So I will take the advantage of that while loop and I will start framing the traversal. Okay. So who will do the traversal job for us? Your print list function, the same function I have to write. So print list of, okay. So what we have to pass to this print list function? We have to pass the head node. That head node I am going to read inside your temporary pointer. Okay. So like this. So if at all, I mean, as the first case, I have to check whether my circular doubly linked list is empty or not. If at all it is empty, I can't do the traversals. There only I have to stop by simply printing a message that CDLL is empty. Circular doubly linked list is empty. The same thing I am doing. If at all, if your head is equals to null, then what I am saying, I'm cout of CDLL is empty. CDLL, circular doubly linked list, is empty. Okay. Empty. Print this message and return from here itself. Don't go any further. Okay. Return from here itself. If this is not true, then what we have to do? Traverse in the forward direction. Okay. Forward direction traversal. That how we can do means, yes, print a simple message that we are doing the traversal in the forward direction. Traversal in forward direction. Traversal in forward direction. Take a \n. Here also you can put a \n and go to end and put a semicolon over there. So next, do of, yeah, what we have to do? Simply print cout, print the data. When a temporary pointer is visiting a particular node, we have to print the data first. So temp of data will print the data, and between the data you have to give the space. So like this. Hopefully you understood. So next is what we have to do. Temp equals to temp of next. How long we have to do this? How long we have to run this loop? In the sense, as long as your temporary pointer reaching back to head. So head should not be equals to, or we can say temp, because we are running temp, right? So temp should not be equals to head. Okay, temp should not be equals to head. Like this you put and stop this loop here itself. Okay, this is in the forward direction. So you can do the traversal in reverse direction also. So that you do \n, traversal in reverse direction. And this also the same loop I have to run, and the same point I have to start. The same do you take, and inside it you write down cout of, yeah, first I think we have to do here traversal in the reverse direction. First we have to do the temp, because the temporary pointer is standing at the head, but we have to start from the last, isn't it? So just jump, I mean, from head node to tail node by simply this transaction. Temp equals to temp of previous, or temp equals to head of previous. Both the ways you can jump. Temp equals to temp of previous. So this, what it will do, it will make your temporary pointer to point the last node. Then what you have to do? Print cout of temp of data, then give some space in between, and here you close. Okay, only this much we have to do. And how long we have to traverse like this means, again your temporary pointer should have to reach the head. In the reverse direction, it has to reach the head once again. So temp, it should not be equals to head like this. So stop here itself. So this is the simple traversal technique in both the direction, in forward as well as in reverse direction. So save it and compile. Again, you won't get any output. Yeah, I'm just checking whether it is having any issues or not. So again, you won't get any issues, and you won't get any output. So now call that, I mean, after creating this, I mean, yeah, here how we have done the creation, first we have added 10, then 20, then 30, isn't it? And it is a doubly linked list, circular doubly linked list. So simply call the print list function, print list. So this what it will do, and pass the head pointer. So what it will do, it will print all the nodes like it should print. First we have added 10, then we have added 20, then we have added 30. So how we should get the output over here? First it has to print 10, 20, 30, then it has to print 30, 20, 10, both in forward as well as in reverse directions. Okay, so forward direction traversal, reverse direction traversal. We'll see the output, and accordingly we'll modify our code. How it will give? Yes, go and execute, run. Yes, very good. See here, traversal in forward direction we are getting 10, 20, 30, and traversal in reverse direction we are getting 30, 20, 10. Okay, opposite to this one, because we traverse from first node, head node to the tail node here, and we traverse tail node to the head node over here, the reverse traversal. And this kind of thing it is possible only in case of doubly linked list. We can do the traversal in both the direction only in case of doubly linked list. In regular case we don't do. Okay, we generally don't do in that way. Okay, reverse traversal, it is not possible because we don't have the backward links, previous links. Okay, so this is something, traversal function. Then searching for a particular node. So for search function, what are all the things we are going to pass? Yes, it is going to return, basically search function, it is going to return the boolean value. So over here you can see searching for an element is nothing but searching for a value into the CDLL. Okay, circular doubly linked list. The function search will searches a given key in a given CDLL. So whatever CDLL we are passing and whatever key value we are passing to search for, it will search for that key value inside the CDLL, circular doubly linked list. If the search is successful, that means if the key value is found inside the circular doubly linked list, the function will return true. And if the key value does not found inside the circular doubly linked list, it returns false. Okay, so basically it returns a boolean value. Okay, your search function will return a boolean value. So here I have given an example. If the if the list to be searched is 10, 15, 25 and 20, sorry, 10, 15, 20 and 25, and you are looking for 5. Okay, key value 5 inside your circular doubly linked list, it should return false. It should return false because 5, key value 5, it is not there inside the circular doubly linked list. But when you are searching for 15 inside the same circular doubly linked list as it is there inside your circular doubly linked list, the function should return true to indicate the success of that search. Hopefully you understood. So quickly we go and we write that code and we see how it works. Okay, so this concept also, it is very simple. So the return type, it must be boolean, and the function name is search, and we are going to pass the key to this function. Okay, so here first of all we have to check whether your circular singly linked list is empty or what. If at all, if it is empty, there is no chance of performing any search operation. So that I am writing if at all head equals to null. If at all head equals to null, print that message cout. Okay, CDLL. So take \n here, and at the end also CDLL is empty. Okay, empty, and take \n. So and return false, because when the CDLL is empty, we I mean search operation will fail, isn't it? So false. Okay, return false. So in either case, what we have to do, take a temporary pointer and reach the traverse through the list node by node unless you find that key inside your circular doubly linked list. So how we can take the temporary pointer? Node star temp equals to assign it to head. Okay, from head only we have to start. Okay, then take a yes, do, see in circular concept, always we take do while. We don't take while loop, normal while, regular while loop. The reason is because when you make the head point temp as head pointer, and after traversing all over the nodes, again you will come back to the head node only. There is no chance of leaving the what we call linked list, isn't it? There is no chance of leaving the linked list after traversing all the nodes. Again the temporary pointer will come back to the head node. So over there what will happen, we are framing the condition in such a way that temporary pointer should not become head. But if you make the while loop, if you take the while loop, the condition we have to frame at the top, and you are making the temporary pointer there itself as head, and your while loop, it is also having temp should not be equals to head. So what it will happen, see, generally how we are stopping the while loop when we are traversing through the linked list, in the sense we are saying temp it should not be equals to head. Like this we are framing, but here only you made the temp as head. Here only you made the temp as head, and in the next statement you are saying temp should not be equals to head. So what will happen? Ultimately your loop will not iterate even for a single time. In the first iteration only your loop will get failed. So because of that reason, what we are saying, yeah, we have to check the condition from the second node, not from the first node, but from the second node. So your do while, first it will do the operation whatever it is intended to do, and at the end when the temporary pointer is reaching the second node, there it will check the condition. Okay, hopefully you understood that one. So inside this what I have to do, if at all my temp of data, isn't it, if at all my temp of data which is equals to key, if at all my temp of data is becoming key, temp of data is becoming equals to key, then I have to do some I have to return the true case, isn't it? Return the true. Okay, return true, that's it, return true. So no need to take this parenthesis because it is only one statement, so no need to take the parenthesis, sorry, curly brackets. So return true, and then what we have to do after this, yes, make temp as temp equals to temp of next, make temp so that it will go to the next. If at all your temp of data is not equals to key, then what will happen, the if statement will yeah, this control will not go here, isn't it, and it will come, and your temporary pointer will point the next node, temp equals to temp of next. And if at all your control is coming out of this loop, that means it has traversed all the nodes present inside your doubly linked list, circular doubly linked list, and it has reached back to your head. So the while loop will terminate, and the control will come out of that loop. What does it means? What does it means? You did not find the key value inside your complete doubly linked list. That is the reason why the control is reaching that point. So simply return false to indicate the false case. So over here, yes, we have 10, 20, 30, and simply do the search. Okay, if at all search of 30, what I am searching for, 30 I am searching. If at all my search operation is successful, then what I have to do, yeah, print cout. Okay, so here instead going like this, I recommend to take a key, because every time no need to do the modifications inside the what we call program, rather than we do like this. So simply pass that key over here, then cout. If at all this search operation is returning true, what we are printing, key is found in CDLL. That's it. Key is found inside CDLL, and before this also you take one endl. Endl means new line. Okay, so go to end and add semicolon. In the else case, what we have to do, the false, okay, the failure of search operation, that is endl. Okay, key not found, key is not found in CDLL. Okay, key is not found inside CDLL. Take one /n and at the end semicolon. That's it. Save this program, and right now what are we searching? We are searching 30. So the search result should give a positive response. The search should give a positive response. So quickly go and see. Yeah, here it is giving some issue. Yeah, here the return spelling you can see, return, return. Okay, then save it, execute, compile again. Yeah, temp equals to, here it should be equals to, temp equals to temp of next. Okay, then execute, compile. Yes, hopefully everything is correct. Now execute. See, 30 is found in CDLL. So this is as it is. Previous program output only we are getting. I mean, previously we added these three, then we traversed using print list. Now we are searching for 30. So it has returned, the search method, the search function returned a positive response, the true value. That is the reason why we are getting 30 is found in CDLL. 30 is found in CDLL. The next operation what I want to perform is the insertion operations. See, insertion is nothing but adding a new node into your circular doubly linked list. This you can do in three different ways. You can add the node at the front of the circular doubly linked list. You can add a node at the end of the circular doubly linked list, and you can add a node after a given key value. So let us say if you have 10, 20, 30 currently in your circular doubly linked list. So if I say add a node after 20, so add a node after 20. So where I have to put that, see, like this we have 10, currently we have like this 20, then 30, like this we have. So adding a node at the front in the sense here at this location. So and moreover, one more thing I forgot here. So my list is like this, and my list is like this, and yes, my head is pointing here. My head is pointing here. This is my circular doubly linked list. So like this we are going to have the links, those links I am not showing. Okay, and one more link from here to here, and another link from here to here. Like this we are going to have, isn't it? So all these things I'm not showing. I'm simply showing 10, 20, then 30. So add before means here you have to add. Add end means here you have to add. Add after a given key value in this is like this. If you have the list, then if I am saying add a node, let us say 30, add a node, 30 is already there, right? Add a node, let us say 75. 75 you add before 30. Okay, sorry, after 30 or before 30, like this you can. So generally we do after, before it is on homework. Okay, adding a node after the given key value. So that is add a node after a node with given key value. Add a node after a node with given key value. Add a node after a node with given key value in CDLL, circular doubly linked list. Who will do the job for us? Add after. Adding a node at the first, add it first will do. Adding a node at the last, add it last will do. So like this, three functions we have to discuss. Quickly we do one by one. So first we start with the add it first. So this added first, in this case the new node is added before the head node of the given CDLL, and newly added node will become the head node, isn't it? So when you are adding the first node into the CDLL, the first node must become the head node to indicate the representation of the CDLL. It should not damage the representation of the CDLL. Okay, so for example I have given 5, 10, 15 or 10, 20, 30 if you have, and if you are adding some new node, it will become the new head node of your CDLL. Okay, and the function who will do this job for us is added first. The added first function, it will take the two things, or we can say three things. Head reference it will take, that is by default in all functions we need head reference. Okay, head reference it will take, then the key value from after which you have to add the new node, the key value, and the new data item. Okay, the new data item for the newly created node. So these three things it will take. Okay, sorry, this added first, right? Added first it will take only new data item. This add after will take three, that we will discuss after this. So added first it will take only two things. The first one is head pointer reference and the new data item to be added into the newly created node. Okay, so quickly go and see here. Yeah, the node, the complete CDLL representation I have shown before adding the new node and after adding the new node, and how it is changed, the head node, how it is changed from second node to first node. Okay, from the old head node to the new head node, we can say how the head node is jumped from old head node to new head node, that also I have shown. So previously we were having like this. Okay, previously we were having like this 5, 10, 15, and my head node is pointing the first node in the CDLL, and head node's previous pointer is pointing the last node, and last node's next pointer is pointing the head node, like this. Head node's previous pointer is pointing the tail node, and tail node's next pointer is pointing the head node, like this we were having. So after that, what I have done, I have added this new node into the CDLL. So after adding, how you have to do the corrections? Yeah, here we are establishing two new connections, as you can see. Okay, previous and next, two new connections. This is new connection. Okay, then what we are doing, we are removing this and this. Okay, and we are adding from here to the end, and end to the here, like this. This is, and this is like this. This keep on goes and points the last node, and this keep on goes and takes the last node, like this. So previously this was my head node, and currently this is my head node. Okay, that complete correction you can see over here, and we need a temporary pointer to do so. So taking a temporary pointer to the last node, it is very easy. What you do, first you take, see here, node star temp equals to head, node star temp equals to head. So where my temp pointer will come, my temp pointer will come over here, my temp pointer will come over here. Okay, so this is before the editing, so this is before the editing. So I will remove these and I will show you this. So take the eraser and remove all these things, remove all these things. These things are not required, so remove all these things. This also you remove, not required. Okay, so next what we have to do, yeah, like this you proceed. Temp equal node star temp equals to head we have taken. So where it will come, it will come over here, it will come over here. Your temporary pointer will come over here. So next what we have to do, we have to send this temporary pointer to the last node. Send this temporary pointer to the last node. In our previous linked lists, we have to take a while loop and we have to run this node by node until it reaches the last node. But over here, as it is a circular doubly linked list, we were having a connection, direct connection from head node to the last node, head node to the last node. So we can take the advantage of that link, and we can do the correction like this. See, simply what you have to say, temp equals to temp of previous, temp of previous, temp equals to temp of previous. So what will happen, this temporary pointer will jump from here to here, temporary pointer will jump from there to here, because temp of previous we are saying, this is your previous, isn't it? This is your next and this is your previous. So when you say temp equals to temp of previous, this particular address you are storing into the temporary pointer, that is 5200, and where that 5200 existing means, here it is existing 5200, here it is existing. So your temporary pointer directly it will jump from here to the last node. No need to take the while loop, no need to take the traversal from head node to the tail node, node by node, so that the time complexity will become order of n, isn't it? So currently the time complexity, how it will be, as we are shifting the temporary pointer from head node to tail node simply with one single step, isn't it? Simply with one single step, just by writing like this. Just by writing like this, temp equals to temp of previous. If you write like this, automatically your temporary pointer will get shifted from the head node to the tail node. So the time complexity over here, it is order of 1. Time complexity over here, it is order of 1. Remember this one, time complexity we are getting order of 1. So like this, we quickly go and we write the code for added first function. Okay, added first function, we write the code. Okay, here I am taking void add at first, added first of int new underscore data. We are taking new underscore data, new data we have to pass. So that correction, added first. Yeah, first what we have to do, create the new node and store the data into that one. Node star new node equals to node star new node equals to new node of, then new underscore node of data equals to new underscore data. Okay, this thing we have to do as the first step. We have to create the new node and we have to store the new data into it. Then what we have to do, yeah, check if at all your head node is empty. I mean, if at all your circular doubly linked list is empty or not. If it is empty, we add this node as the first node. We add this node as the first node and the only node, we have to say. So if at all my head pointer is equals to null, then what we have to do, add this head, I mean add this new node as the only node inside your doubly linked list. So make the head, first of all make the head as new node, because if it is the only node, and that node will become the head node, isn't it? Then new underscore node, new node of next equals to head node, head. Okay, then new node of previous, it should also be head. New node of previous, it should also be head. Then return, simply return. Okay, return from the function itself, because we have added the only node, we have added the new node as the only node when the head pointer is null. Okay, then in either case what we have to do, yes, take a temporary pointer and visit the last, I mean make it to point the last node, and at that point you do the corrections. Okay, take a temporary pointer, node star temp equals to head, and then you write down another one, or you can say simply here only you can make, okay, head of previous. So now your temporary pointer will point the last node. So when your temporary pointer is pointing the last node, do this following corrections. So new underscore node of next, it must be head. Okay, new node of next, it must point the head. Then new node of previous, it must point the temp. New node of, sorry, small letters you take, new node of previous, it must point the what we call temp, last node. Okay, then we need to do two more corrections, that is new node is pointing head and new node of previous is pointing head. Then head of previous, isn't it, head of previous must point the new node, and temp of next must point the new node. Head of previous must point the new node, new underscore node, and new node temp of last node's next pointer should point the new node. Last node's next pointer, how we can do, that is temp of next, it should point the new node. And finally make the new node as head. Okay, make the new node as head. These type of modifications you have to do. This, what it will do, it will add the newly created node as the first node inside your circular doubly linked list. Quickly we go to the main function and we remove all these manual links, and we check by adding the node, new node, but just by calling that add at first function. Add at first of, let us say I'm adding 10. Okay, or else we started with 5, right? So 5 I will add, and we will see how the I have added only one node. So what it should print, it should print both forward and reverse direction. It should print only 5. So that I will check. Compilation is successful, hopefully. Then run. Yeah, it will print only 5 in both the direction, and we are searching for 30, that is not found in the CDLL. See, we are getting that message, 30 is not found in the CDLL, we have only 5. Okay, then add another one, add it first of, let us say some 15 I'm adding now. 15 I'm adding. So how it should go, 15 followed by 5, because we called add it first, isn't it? So 15, 5, then in reverse order 5, 15, then 30. It should not be there inside your circular doubly linked lists. Compile, it is successful, then execute. See, 15, 5 in forward direction, 5, 15 in reverse direction, 30 is not found in the CDLL. This is add at first function, which will add the newly created node at the first location of your circular doubly linked list. Then add after. What we are giving in add after, we are simply giving a node key value, and whatever node is having that key value, the newly created node will be added after that node. So if the key value is whatever key value you are giving, if that key value is not present inside your CDLL, it will return an error message. And if the complete CDLL is empty, in that case, it will add that new node as the first node. Remember this one. So three different things. The first thing is, if let us assume my doubly linked list is like this. This understanding is important, so that is the reason why I am giving. Okay, so the first thing, if I am my doubly linked list is like this, so 10 15 20 17, like this I have my doubly linked list. So let us assume I am giving first case, if my doubly linked list is like this, and head pointer is pointing the first 10 like this. So then if I am giving add after, generally add after will take two values. Add after will take two values. First one the key, and the second one new data. Key comma new data. It will take two things, key and new data. So let us say to your add after function, if I am giving the key value like 20 and the new data item to be added as 75, then where it should add? As the 20 key value, it is here, isn't it? I'm having over here. So this 75, it has to be added over here. It has to be added over here like this. So after this, how my doubly linked list should become? 10, 15, 70, 20, then 75, then 17. Like this it has to become. Like this it has to become. Okay. Then assume the second thing. Assume another case. Assume another case when your head is null. When your head is null and you are trying to add a new node into the doubly linked list. When your head is null and you are trying to add the doubly linked list. You delete this one. So okay, so I'm saying my head is null. I'm saying my head is not pointing to anywhere, so it is null. My head is null, and I'm saying to add after, add a new node 75 after, let us say 10 key. After, let us say 10 key. Is this 10 key available inside your what we call doubly linked list? No, it is not available. But your head is null. That means there are no nodes inside your doubly linked list. So what I do, I will add, okay, let me just check what I am doing over there. Add after. Yes, I am adding this 75 as the only node. Adding this 75 as the only node. So what I have to do, 75, and your head should point this 75. Your head should point the 75 like this. This is the case 2. Case 3. Case 3 is also there. So let us see. I have like 10, 15, 17, 20, like this I have. And I want head is pointing to 10, and I want add after of key value is some 35 and added new data value is some 75. Is it possible? Do I have 35 in this doubly linked list? No, I don't have. So simply it has to return a wrong warning message that 35 key value does not exist inside the circular doubly linked list. Likewise, it has to give the error message. So quickly we'll write the three cases. We'll go to the yeah, here the same thing I have mentioned. And as you can see, when the key value is there, it will add that newly created node after that key value. And if the key value is not there, it will return the error message. And if your CDLL, circular doubly linked list, is empty, it will add the newly created node as the first node and the only node. So these three cases only we have to implement inside the what we call add after function. So void 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 add after. Okay, and it should take two values, key as well as int new underscore data. It is taking two values. Okay, so over here what I have to do, first of all, in all adding functions, we have to create the new node first. New underscore node equals to new node of. Okay, then store new underscore node of data equals to new underscore data. Okay, data storage is over. Now you check whether your head node is empty or null or not. That is your doubly linked list is empty or not. So as I said, if at all your doubly linked list is empty, what we gonna do? We add that only head node as the new node as the only node inside your doubly linked list, circular doubly linked list. So how we can add that one? That is new node of, okay, new node of, okay, if at all your head is null, okay, make the head node as the new node. Make the, first what you have to do, make the head node as the new node, and then you add this one, new node of head, sorry, new node of next, why it is not giving, new node of, yes, next, and then equals to new underscore node of previous equals to head. So like this, if at all your head pointer is null, do these corrections and make your what we call return from here itself. Okay, enough we have done here, so return from here itself. So next thing, if this is not the case, if you are having more than one node and more than two nodes, then what we have to do, take a temporary pointer to the head and search for that key value inside your circular doubly linked list, so that you can do the insertion after that key value. So again, take a temporary pointer and make it as head. Okay, make it as head. So then do, okay, so how long we have to how long we have to run this do while, in the sense as long as your temp, it should not become null, sorry, head, it should not become head. If at all it is becoming head, means we have to stop the loop. So inside it, check for the temp of data, is it equals to key or what? If at all it is equals to key, then do the corrections. New node of next, isn't it? New node of next equals to temp of next. Temp of next, and then what we have to do, new node of previous equals to temp. New node of previous equals to temp, then temp of next of previous. Temp of next of previous equals to new node. New node, temp of next of previous equals to new node, correct only. Then finally, new node of next equals to temp of next, we did. New node of previous equals to temp, we did. Temp of next of previous equals to new node, we did. Then temp of next equals to new node. Finally, temp of next equals to new underscore node. That's it. Okay, then return. Do this and return. If at all, yes, if at all this while loop is exiting, if at all this while loop is exiting and your control is reaching this point, that means the key value, whatever key value we are looking for, key value is not there, is, okay, not present, we can say, not present in CDLL. It is something like your search operation only, because we have to do the searching for that key value, and after that key value only we are inserting. If at all your key value is not there, we are printing this error message, key value not present inside the CDLL. Okay, that only we are doing. Okay, so like this we are performing add after function. So now we have 15.5. Let us say if I am adding using add after let us say 15 I am adding. After 15 you ask it to add 32. Okay, you ask it to add 32 and then you perform print list of head. So like this you see how it will give you the output. Compile. Yeah, it is showing some error over here. What it is saying, key is not defined in this scope. Why it is not defined in this scope? Here it is now. Key, control C, key, maybe it got capital over there. No issues, I made it small. Compile. Yeah, executed successful. Only K I have written capital over there. Run. So here you can see 15, 5, 5, 15. And after adding 32 after 15, I said add 32 after key value 15. Over here you can see. Add 32 after key value 15. So what we got here, like this we got 15, then 32, then 5. And if you print in reverse direction, 5 will come at first, 32 will remain as it is, 15 will go last, and still 30 is not present inside the CDLL. So now you try to add the 30. So add after of let us say at the end I'm adding 5 comma 30. Okay, 5 comma 30 at the end I am adding. So now you see here my linked list will become 15, 32, 5, then 30 I have added. So like this it should be. In forward direction it should print like this, and in reverse direction it should print the reverse of it. So compilation, it is successful hopefully. Then execution, you can see here traversal in reverse direction, 55, 15, 5. Okay, something got messed up over here. Then 30 is still not present. It has not added that 13. Maybe something mistake I have done over here. So 5 and 30 we said. Something gone wrong here. So we have created, okay, new node of data equals to new data we said. If at all head equals to null. Okay, let us just put this, okay, before this. Sometimes it will give and sometimes it won't. Okay, like this you do and make it compile. Okay, then execute. Okay, what key value we passed to this function? 5 we passed. 5 is there, right? So we said it to add after 5. Add after 5 and add 30. Correct only we said. So 5 will come over here and 30 will come into this one. So new data, new, this should be here itself. Control X, you remove this. Okay, here you come and enter. Control V, save it. See, errors are obvious. Just the thing is we need to sort out this. Temp of data equals to we said key. So initially we make temporary pointer to head, and temp of data equals to key we said, and new node of next equals to temp of next. Correct only. New node of previous equals to temp. That is also correct. Then temp of next of previous. Temp of next of previous equals to new node we said. That is also correct. Temp of next equals to new node. Temp of next equals to new node. Then return. Yes. See here, we are not running the temporary pointer. We should make, I mean, inside this loop, after performing each node, the temporary pointer should run, isn't it? So that we forgot here. Temp equals to temp of next. Like this we have to do. This thing we forgot. Okay. Yes, we are moving in the forward direction, and we are yes, we are checking all the nodes. So now hopefully it will add. So execution is over. Now run the program. Yes, as you can see. So I asked him to add 30 after 5. So it has added the 30, and 30 is found in the CDLL. Only that's minor mistake I have done. Okay. So the next thing, add at end function. Add at end function, how it will work? See, add at end. Yeah, we have to run a temporary pointer. I mean, simply we have to traverse a temporary pointer to the last node, and we have to do the corrections accordingly. Only that thing. Add at end in the sense, at the last location a new node will be added, like this. At the last location a new node will be added, and the corrections what you have to do in the sense, yeah, these things. You have to remove these links and you have to add new links, so as it is going to point like this. It is going to point here and it is going to point here. Here I have shown that one correctly. Here we are removing the old links and we are adding the new links. And finally our linked list will become like this. And temporary pointer we have to take to the last node. Before adding it, we have to take it to the last node, and with the help of the temporary pointer only we are going to add the last node. Quickly you open the command prompt, the IDE, and you start writing that program. Okay, adding node at the end, that is add at last. Who will do the job for us? Add at last. Void add at last function will do the job for us, and we have to pass only the data to this one, int new data. Okay, and yeah, as usual, start creating the new node. New underscore node equals to new node of. Okay, then new underscore node equals to data you add. New node of data equals to new data, new underscore data. Then check if at all your head node is empty or what. If at all head equals to null, add that node as the first node, isn't it? So new underscore node, yeah, first you make that node as head equals to new node, head equals to new node, then new underscore node node of next. Okay, next equals to new underscore node of previous equals to head. Okay, head or new node, like that also you can do. Then return. Okay, like this you can. Then uh, yeah, if your head is not null, that means if your CDLL is not empty, then take a temporary pointer and go to the last, equals to head of previous, head of previous. Then what you have to do, yeah, do the minor corrections. And here when you are doing add it first and add it last, the time complexity is order of 1, believe me. Then yes, new underscore node of next equals to, make it as head, then new underscore head of previous, it has to point the new node, head of previous, it has to point the new node, new underscore node. Then one more, two more corrections. The new node of previous, it has to point temp, new node of previous, it has to point temp. Then I have written wrongly, new node of previous, it has to point temp. Then the final correction, temp of next, equals to new node. These sort of corrections you have to do into your program. First thing, take a temporary pointer and made it to point the last node. Then new node of next equals to, make it to point head, and head of previous, make it to point to the new node, and new node of previous, make it to point to the temporary pointer, and finally the temporary pointer of next, it should point the new node. Save the program and do compilation, and we see how this add it last will work. Okay, add it last, here I am checking that one. Okay, so add at last of, simply pass only one value, 75. Let us say we are saying add it last 75. So where it should get added, yeah, this complete list will become intact till this point. Yeah, this is forward direction only I am printing. Okay, reverse direction we will get on the output screen. So like this you have to get. So compile, compilation successful, then execute. See, you can see over here, after performing all in the forward direction, 15, 32, 5, 30 and 75 we are getting, and the same thing it is printing in the reverse direction, and 30 as it is there inside your doubly linked list, it is, I mean, the search function printing the positive response. Hopefully you understood this one. So this is add it first, add it last and add after. Three functions we have done, and then we have to see the delete operations. Okay, deleting a node from the circular doubly linked list we can do in three different ways. We can do the first, we can delete the first node, we can delete the last node, and we can delete the whole doubly linked list, complete doubly linked list. Okay, so one by one we see. Delete first function will delete the first node. Okay, so it uses the head pointer and deletes the first node. So how we can delete? Yeah, take a temporary pointer and make the head, take a temporary pointer and make the temporary pointer to point the last node, and move the head pointer one step ahead, and with the help of temp of next delete the first node, because temp of next will point the first node, isn't it? So if you say delete temp of next, it will delete the first node. So after deleting the first node, yeah, uh, make the corrections accordingly. Make the corrections. Now you have temporary pointer pointing the last node and head pointer pointing the first node. Simply you have to make that corrections. Okay, so quickly we go and we see how we can write that function. See, the time complexities, as far as the time complexities are concerned, in your circular singly linked list, the traversal function, it will take order of n. Search function, it will take order of n. Add it first, circular singly linked list. Add it first, we have to run a temporary pointer to the last node, and directly it is not possible. In one single step we can't do. So again, the time complexity over there, it is order of n only. Then add it last. There also the time complexity is order of n, because we have to run a temporary pointer. Add after, so adding a new node after a given key value, again it is also order of n only. Then delete functions, delete at first, again delete at first also order of n, delete last also order of n, and deleting the entire doubly linked list, it is also order of n in circular singly linked list. But over here when you see search function order of n, traversal function order of n, add at first function order of 1, add after function order of n, add last function order of 1, delete first order of 1, delete last order of 1, deleting the complete linked list order of n. Very simple. You can easily, whenever you are using a loop, you by analyzing the concept, you can tell. Just by analyzing the concept, you can tell how much time complexity that function will have. Okay, so here I'm writing the code for this delete at first function or delete first function. So go and write that code over here. Yes, void delete first off. That's it. We are not going to pass anything to it. So first you check whether your doubly linked list is empty or what. If at all your head is equals to null, then what we have to do, simply print an error message and exit. Cout, okay, \n cdll is empty. That's it. Simply print this message. That's enough. Okay, \n, and at the end put the semicolon and return. That's it. If at all your doubly linked list, if at all your, here two possible cases we have to check. One, when the doubly linked list is empty, and one, when the doubly linked list is having only one node. These two are my special cases, and rest of all, the third case. Okay, the first case I have already checked. The second case I have to check. How to check? Head equals to head of next. That's it, I guess. Or head of next equals to head. That means you have only one node inside the doubly linked list. Head of next double equals to, we are doing the comparison here, equals to head. If you are having only one node, then delete that only node. Delete head, because only one node means your head pointer will point that one node, isn't it? So delete head, then make head as null and return. Make head as null and return. You can print a message also, cout node deleted successfully, \n node deleted successfully. Like this, you print a simple message, and here you put \n and at the end semicolon, and then return from here itself. So two cases are over, and all other cases are my third case, that is having two or more nodes. So for that, how I have to deal? Take a temporary pointer, node star temp equals to head of previous. Head of previous. This will go to the last node. So now after this, move the head pointer one step ahead. How we can move? Head equals to head of next. Head equals to head of next. Now delete the first node. Temporary pointer, last node's next pointer should point the first node, isn't it? So by using that simple what we call link, we are going to delete the first node. Delete, temp is pointing the last node, so temp of next will delete the first node. Okay, temp of next will delete the first node. Then what we have to do, after that, temp of next make as point as head, isn't it? Last node's next should point the new head. Okay, then head of previous, it should point the temp. Head of previous, it should point the temp, last node. That's it. Now what we have to do, print an error, print the success message. Node get deleted successfully. Node deleted successfully. Node deleted successfully. Okay. Put the semicolon at the end. That's it. Okay. So this will delete the first node from your doubly linked list. So over here, I try that one. After this print, I try that one. So delete first. Delete first off. That's it. Don't pass anything. So what it will do, it should delete the first node, that is 15, isn't it? So it should delete the first node, that is 15. So my linked list should become 32, 5, 30, and after that 75. Okay. So here you print list of, pass the head. Control S. Now execute. Compile. Compilation, hopefully it is successful. Then execute. Run. See here. Yeah. Node deleted. Before deleting, we were having 15, 35, 5, 30, 75. Then after delete, we got 35, 5, 30, 75. Simply it is printing in the reverse order, like 75, 35, 32, and 30 is found in the CDLL. So this is how we are deleting the first node from your CDLL. So the next thing, yeah, delete after. We will give the key value, and simply the function should delete the node after that node. Delete delete last, we'll see. Okay, that, I mean, the logic what I have given, that you can do as an homework. We'll give the key value, and that key values node you have to delete. Whatever node is having that key value, simply delete that node. That you can do as an homework. Okay, deleting the last node from CDLL. Okay, this is also very easy job. Again, we have to check for 3 different cases. When the circular linked list, doubly linked list is empty, when the circular doubly linked list is having only one node, and when the circular doubly linked list having 2 or more nodes. 3 different cases. So one by one we write. So deleting the last node is nothing but, inside your doubly linked list, the last node should get deleted. The last node should get deleted. So as I said, we were having 3 different things for that one. Okay, one by one we do that one. So void delete last. My function name is delete last, and it will not take anything. So I will start writing, if at all my head is null. If at all my head is equals to null, then what I have to do? Yeah, delete that one. Cout CDLL is empty. Okay, CDLL is empty, and return from here itself, \n, and here also you put one \n, and go to end, semicolon, and return from here itself. Okay, this is first case. The second case, what I said, else if of, okay, else if of head of next equals to head, having only one node. Head of next equals to head, having only one node inside my doubly linked list, circular doubly linked list. So in that case, what I have to do? Okay, make the head as null. Head equals to null. Then no, first you delete the head. Delete head, then make the head as null. Delete head, then make the head as null. Then cout, print that message. Node got deleted successfully. Node deleted successfully, and then what we have to do? Return from here itself. Return from here itself. So this is what we have to do. And in all other cases, simply take a temporary pointer and make it to point the last node, that is head of previous. Okay, make it to point the last node. And after that, when the temporary pointer is pointing the last node, what we have to do? Yes, we need to delete. Yeah, we have to take 2 pointers basically. One should point the last node, and one should point the last but one node. How we can take that one? It is also very easy, and your time complexity will not get differ. Pre-temp. Okay, pre-temp equals to temp of previous. Temp of previous. Okay, now 2 nodes we have. Temporary pointer is pointing the last node that needs to be deleted, and another pointer, it is pointing the last but one node. See here, you can see. Here we are taking, yeah, I guess that pre-temp it is not mentioned over here. So pre-temp we are taking and we are deleting. Yeah, here the pre-temp will point. Where exactly it will point? Yeah, here your pre-temp will point. Pre-temp. Okay, pre-temp in the sense uh, prior pointer to temporary pointer. Okay, like this. Pre-temp will point here, and using that pre-temp we make the connections, and using this temp we delete that last node. Okay, two different pointers, two different purposes. Okay, I have taken 2 pointers. Temporary pointer is pointing the last node, and pre-temp pointer is pointing the last but one nodes, the node before the temporary pointer. Likewise. So what we can do now, yeah, pre-temp of next equals to head. Pre-temp of next, you make it to point head, and head of previous equals to pre-temp. Yes, head of previous equals to temp, sorry, pre-temp, not temp. Pre-temp needs to be deleted. Pre-temp. Okay, these two corrections only, I guess. Then we can delete the temp. Delete temp and print that message. Cout node got deleted successfully. Okay, node deleted successfully. Okay, like this you can at the end put the semicolon and save the program and go and run this program. I mean, even if you are deleting the last node with 2 pointers, still the time complexity is order of 1 only. So here I will go to our, yeah, here, where exactly, yeah, here only. Yeah, I need to go to my main function, and I have to add that delete last, isn't it? So here I will add that one. So delete last off. Delete last off. What it has to do? It has to delete that 75. So my list will become 32, 5, 30. Okay, in the forward direction it should print 32, 5, 30, and in reverse direction 35, 32. We'll check whether it will do the same thing. Yeah, saving it is successful, compilation successful, and execution, as you can see, okay, something gone wrong. So it is printing a message that complete CDLL is empty. Node get deleted, node get deleted. Okay, somewhere your head pointer is becoming null. So because of that reason it is, yeah, here. Else if head of next equals to head. Head of next equals to head, we have to, not single equals to. Compile. Yeah, then execute. Yeah, as you can see, after deleting 2 nodes, one with delete first and another with delete last. This is we are getting from delete first. This is we are getting from delete last. So after deleting first and last nodes, first 15 we deleted, last 75 we deleted. We left with only 32, 5 and 30 that we are getting over here. 32, 5 and 30 in reverse order, 35 and 32, and 30 still it is found in the CDLL. So likewise, so you just make sure when you are coding, whenever you are framing the condition, at that point you have to use comparison operator, not assignment operator. So I used assignment operator, that is the reason why I got that error. Okay, here also simply if you make it as head equals to null, you will get the complete code wrong. So in condition framing, in logical condition framing, or in relational condition framing, we have to use only the comparison operators or relational operators. We should not use the assignment operators. Okay, so likewise the last function in our discussion and the last function in your third unit, that is the deleting the complete circular doubly linked list. Deleting the complete circular doubly linked list. That how we do in the sense, yeah, here step by step we move, node by node we move, and we delete all the nodes. And when the head node reaches the last node, we make the head node as null and we delete that last node. Okay, when the head node reaches the last node, we make the head node as null and we delete the last node. And when head node becomes null, it indicates that your doubly linked list is empty. Simple correction, I mean simple logic behind it, nothing more. So void, I'm writing the function delete list, it will delete the complete list. Okay, It will delete the complete list from our consideration. So here what we have to do, first you check whether I mean before deleting, whether your doubly linked list is empty or what. If at all head equals to, again three cases, equals to null, simply print that message that circular doubly linked list is already empty. Cout, okay, backslash n cdll, circular doubly linked list is empty, backslash n, then return from here itself. Okay, in the else case, check whether it is having one node. Head of next equals to head, equals to head. Then again here what we have to do, simply delete head, then head equals to null, isn't it? We are deleting the only node and making the head as null. Head equals to null. Then cout all nodes, because only one we are deleting, but our function it has to delete all nodes, so that accordingly we are printing the message all nodes from all nodes deleted from CDLL, all nodes deleted from CDLL. So take one backslash n, three dots, and backslash n, and at the end you put semicolon, and then return from here. Okay, in either case, if you have more than two nodes, if you have more than one node, we have to say, not two, two or more nodes. If you have two or more nodes, then what you have to do, take a temporary pointer, node star temp, and make it to point the head of previous. Simply send it to the last node, head of previous. Okay, then what we have to do, yeah, head of previous, we are sending the temporary pointer to the last node, and take a while loop and do the traversal node by node until it reaches the temporary pointer. Okay, until it reaches the temporary pointer. Then here what we have to do, head equals to head of next, move the head pointer one step ahead and delete the first node. Delete first node. How we can delete first node? Simply say temp of next, temp of next. This will delete the first node. Then temp of next, make it as head, temp of next, make it as head, and finally the head of previous, head of previous equals to temp. This last correction we have to do, equals to temp. So after this what will happen, if you are coming out of this loop, the complete nodes will get deleted and your head temp will both will point the last node, isn't it? So now make the head as null and delete the temp. Make the head as null, head equals to null, to indicate that there are the linked list is empty and all the nodes will be deleted, will get deleted, and delete temp, delete the temp. That's it. Then print a message, cout, that same message you print here, whatever we have, that same message you print here. Okay, all nodes from CDLL got deleted, all nodes from CDLL got deleted. Save this and compile. Hopefully no issues. Yes, no issues. And then run the code. Yeah, here we are getting these three nodes, right? So if you call that function over here, before this, if you call that function delete list, it will delete the complete list and you will get a message CDLL is empty. CDLL is empty over here, or yeah, all nodes from all nodes, that message you get, all nodes from CDLL deleted from CDLL, all nodes from CDLL deleted, all nodes deleted from CDLL, CDLL. Like this you will get one message, and after this, yeah, you will get CDLL is empty. Okay, then here also when you are printing, here also you will get one more CDLL is empty. So 2 times CDLL is empty you will get. So quickly check, and if there are any issues we'll sort them. Yeah, I hope no issues. See, all nodes deleted from CDLL. This message you are getting from that delete list function. Okay, all nodes from CDLL deleted, and CDLL is empty from print list function. CDLL is empty from print list from search function, and again 30 is not found in CDLL from main function. These three messages you are getting. So like this, you can implement any complex data structure if you have the good command on coding. Okay, it is very easy, I can say. Just the thing is, you have to understand, and many are doing. I'm happy that many are doing this kind of thing. They are very good at programming, and they are simply coming to me and they are simply asking me doubts, means they are understanding the concepts, the time complexities and all. They are explaining to me in the sense they are very good at the concept. Okay, I suggest you also to do the same things. Nothing you have to do, just follow all my videos. That's it, from first to last follow all my videos. You will get the complete concept thoroughly, because in every video I have not only explained the data structures, but also I have shown the implementation of each and every small or minor concept. I have shown with the help of codes. Hopefully you will do the same. Thank you very much, students. And in our next class we'll start the fourth unit. This is the end of your third unit, and in our next class we'll start the um, trees concept, and it is a wonderful concept, completely it is having a lot of weightage. So I suggest you to concentrate, to focus more on fourth unit. Okay, thank you very much, students.